Mondays to Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. In the newsroom, you can't.
A beautiful afternoon out there and welcome to Tuesday's edition of In the Newsroom. My name is Olade Olanipon, and on Tuesdays I enjoy the protection of veterans in the house. And like you always know, I'm always blessed on Tuesdays of this nature. What the topics, I will get to introduce them shortly, but let me just go through the topics that will be discussed in the newsroom. The first says, terrorists ambush presidential brigade of guards. What? And the second topic says, no government in Nigeria. That is credited to a sitting governor, Autumn of Benue State. Well, if he says there's no government in Nigeria, it means himself as a governor too. Meaning there's no government in Benue State too. And of course, all the states of the Federation. That's an understanding, but I know that the veterans in the house will do justice and go go even deeper than the topic. And the third, 2023, we determine Nigeria's survivor, Northern Elders Forum, and it's credited to the Director of Advocacy, Dr. Baba Ahmed. My immediate right, Smollett, Adetueshi, Shitu, Omokwenunu, Alamu. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much.
Your very very clear. I didn't complete the name, but he knows how to call that name very well. I'm only part of where that name emanated from. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. I don't think you can ever complete it because it's not sententious. It's paragraphic.
I said it.
You win every.
I told you what I said.
But that means your name.
Yes.
Of course. Yes.
So we are still.
It grows with every year.
No, we are still not that.
Thanks for having me.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
And I'm starting from you.
Okay.
Brigade of Guards. Our understanding is that it's an elite security outfit, and the primary duty of guards is protecting the presidency, the president, and of course, it used to be an in thing, a ring between the president. And as a Nigerian, I don't know if you heard that they were ambushed while doing a patrol. What does that speak?
It goes to show how alive the bandits are, the terrorists terrorizing Nigeria, how active and alive they are, and tells us what we should expect that might still happen in Nigeria. Within 72 hours of their braggadocious claim that they were going to accost and actually kidnap the head of state of Nigeria, by extension, they are keeping the government off the screen of leadership. They attack the Brigade of Guards is the elite security, core security apparatus that is to protect the president, the presidency, and the FCT. And so if they could, you call them ragtag, they could attack that team, then it means they can sincerely carry out their threat. And it's so painful and unfortunate. These people kidnapped Nigerians. At the end of the day, the helpless family members had no choice than to go and pay ransom. And the military is blocking people from access that is, the government does not want you to pay ransom, and so we don't want you to get there. Hello, you know criminals are behind that forest. You cannot go into the forest to get them, and you are telling people not to pay them. These people are more in control than the government of Nigeria. That's what they are telling us. Because there are places where they are collecting tax. For an emir to have made a bandit, to ban a bandit, Sarikin Fulani, means he has accepted the fact that they are with them and they have authority. And so why not give them an enclosure in that place? Maybe they will warm up to you and not be your enemies again. So the government is losing its population to the opposition, which is the bandits now. I don't know how to qualify it, but if they promised they were going to do that and they could actually attack the brigade of guards, then there is no justification for anyone to tell us Nigeria is not at war. And so it depends on how you want to do it. Do you want to wait for those waging war against you to come in and take over, or you actually want to go and face them and take the battle to them wherever they are? That's the thing that is left. You see, that's why most people, when they talk, they say, are you sure of 2023? It's doubtful now. If this is happening, less than 48 hours, they said they will do something to president, and they have started showing that they meant it. Okay. They are resolved.
It's a very audacity of terrorists attacking a brigade of guards. Well, I don't know what is it. My understanding, since I came into the world, the brigade of guards, an elite group that are they are considered to be very powerful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because you've been saying it on this program that let's watch out that 2023 may not hold. Now they are showing us why we think it will not hold and why we are right. Now remember when you mentioned the Brigade of Guards, the first thing that crossed my mind is Brigadier General Garba, Navin Garba, when he was with Gowon. You know, his school started with the Brigade of Guards. And like I see it, when the head rottens, the whole body is off. And that's exactly what these terrorists are trying to tell us. They are not going to start with all these people again. We have been trying all that, we've been seeing that it seems as if it's not working. They are going to take over the government, that's what they are telling us. And that's exactly what they have gone ahead to try to do now. Now, in 2013, either 2013 or 2014, I can't remember, I think it's 14, our president then couldn't come out for the Independence Day celebration at the Eagle Square because of Boko Haram. And immediately Buhari took over. We were saying that Buhari is trying. The president couldn't come out for Independence celebration at Eagle Square. Yeah, Buhari is coming out now to come and celebrate at the Eagle Square. He didn't know what was in the offering for us. This one has gone beyond the Eagle Square. When the handshake is going beyond the elbow, then something is wrong there. It only shows us that is saying that we are in war, we are in a war situation. We are not in a war situation. We are in captivity. We are in captivity, total captivity. That's the way I will put it. Nobody is safe. Nobody can do anything about security anymore. Some people are saying, go and carry arms. Carry guns. How many people can carry guns? Do you have the temerity to ask for license for guns? And license for guns now have been stopped. So that's telling us that just stay wherever you are and get killed. Since nobody can process license for guns now, then stay where you are and get killed. And whereas these people have sophisticated weapons with them, brandishing it all over the place. And what are we talking about here? So I believe, as we are right now, except when Otom was talking about this fact that no, I want to just mention something about that. Now we are not talking about the state government; we are talking about the federal government. If the federal government, like I said, the head is not taking any action against bandits, then I don't know what other people can do.
So that you smile. Why? So I was saying we are already captured.
Yes. What is happening or what has happened, may it not happen again, but it's possible it will happen, is the audacity of the minor against the major. the Federal Republic of Nigeria is the major, a very ragtag group of terrorists have the audacity to threaten Nigeria, and that's where the difficulty is. Anybody can ambush anyone else. Yes, ambush is predetermined. The victim oftentimes is not aware. But one would have thought that an elitist group like the Brigade of Guards, before it moves out, its security, internal and external security, must be absolutely confidential. And everybody must be afraid to even attack them. For now that we have a situation that reverses the case, that as elitist as they are being attacked, then we begin to worry. If such attacks repeat themselves a number of times, there will be casualties. And who is the next person to get is the president. And some of them have threatened that they will attack the president. They are showing that they could. I know for sure that this is not Haiti where you just go and kill the president and get away so easily. But then it's a threat. It is something Nigerians must worry about because nowhere is safe. If it is coming to this level, there will be so many killings. The Brigade of Guards will not allow themselves to be overpowered, but there will be so many casualties and fatalities, and that's not what we bargain for in Nigeria. I think for once the federal government must sit down and find a solution. What do they want? Forget about collateral damage. Forget about it. Collateral or no collateral, our people are suffering. Larry was telling us something very close to us. I won't mention names. It is so bad and devastating that a woman of such could be kidnapped and for all these years and only recently just released. And mark you, there is no family that doesn't suffer when releases are made. They suffer in silence. Only the few can tell you, we paid 100 million, we paid 50 million. Ordinarily, it sounds as if it's a normalcy. It's been released. Who released them? They released on condition. And for how long will we do this? I think the federal government must come to terms with the reality that in all our bushes, give the people an ultimatum, not the bandits and the terrorists. Tell everybody who is a Nigerian, patriotic Nigerian, to find. I know they are holding them as hostages, but if you tell them and give them some time and they don't come, you go and level the whole place. Are we not? Would that not be better than we suffering in silence? This is piecemeal killing people in piecemeal. So I think federal government must look at it and say, okay, enough is enough. Collateral damage or no collateral damage, the people are killing, they are getting killed. Let's do it once and for all and see whether if we can get a whole lot of them, many of them killed, and many of our people killed, well, those ones will have paid the supreme sacrifice for others who are coming as nationals.
Larry, I'm back to you. The Brigade of Guards, they are supposed to move ahead whenever the president is about to move out. And they cleared you. And now they are attacked. You want to intelligence gathering?
It's there are moles within, and they have not lied about that. However, there is one very curious aspect of the whole thing I want everybody to look at. Each time these things happen, Mr. President jets out of the country. Why? What is the commitment to those other countries that he has to go? They hit Kuje prison, he still traveled. People complain about that. The recent one that happened again is going to talk about security in Liberia. I don't know how those who planned those things are working it out. They made a threat they were going to kidnap the president of the most populous nation in Africa. And you are saying you are still traveling to discuss insecurity in another country? Something, you see, each time we talk about this, I say it's a script. Malaifa is late now, but he told us they have a script. And they are playing it to the letter. They are not joking about it. And everything is happening in our very, to our very present and all. And we are saying we don't think some things are wrong and some people are in the know of it. Nigeria is being governed by fifth columnists. They have their agenda, they have their game plan. They call them cabals, but that's what they are. They belong everywhere. They are in the military, they are in the politicians group, they are in Aso Rock. They told us. And so some people are running the system the way they want it. They allow others to just play the drama of the circus. Like painted faces and wearing masks and all the rest, dancing palongo at metaphor. You know, in those days, you remember, they say palongo knows somebody. That's what our people are dancing. They are talking about election. Election in this kind of situation. They say politicians think about the next election, statesmen think about other things, not that. We are in real deep shape because these people are not just talking, they are acting to it.
Okay. Somebody spoke about casualties, and we were told there are casualties. The brigade of guards and those other terrorists. You want to align with?
I think this is not the first time we're going to talk about that. And I was to say that when you are talking about collateral damage,
Yes.
If you don't ignore collateral damage, you won't be able to flush out these terrorists from this country. Sometimes when they abduct people, they use them as shields, so that they may not get killed, because you don't want to lose your people. They are ready to die. They are ready to die. And they know that you want to kill young people, so that's why they will not die. And so, except we take the bull by the horns and we decide that enough is enough. Look at the last one that happened, this brigade of gas thing. Let's look at it logically. If they wanted the president dead on that occasion, wouldn't they have killed the president?
In the casino.
They would have killed the president easily. I'm telling you, they would just have waited for the brigade of gas to move. And they would attack behind here, in the middle, where the president is. All they needed to do was, you want to kill the president, you want to abduct him, they will kill him. And so what kind of military intelligence do we say we have in this country? We don't have military intelligence. I've been saying it and I keep on saying it. The only way we can combat terrorism is by military intelligence. Even America, the only way America combats terrorism is by military intelligence. If you don't have intelligence, there's no way we can combat these terrorist attacks. We'll just continue like this, and one day just hear from us, there'll be a broadcast. They will have taken over. And they have their people in the military, in the political circles, in everywhere. So they'll just take over from wherever they are. And they will be in black call it safe hands, in quote. So that terrorism will now die down. And they have gained control. So I think what we really need is military intelligence.
Okay. Before we go to the second topic, the ambush seems to between Buhari, Kubwa, where Nigeria Law School and aside the presidency, one of the places we are talking about, Buhari, Kubwa was one of the safest places.
Look, from that, my little knowledge of Abuja, you can easily get to the State House, the villa, from that direction.
Easily.
From even take it from Buhari. From Buhari, you come to Kubwa. And from Kubwa, it's straight, that's the Mohammed Murtala way. It takes you straight
to the
Access.
So if they are in Buhari, they have almost gotten there. What's the distance? Maybe 20, 25, 30 kilometers. And the president of the country, if he is 30 kilometers away from an attack, then it's a little bit worrisome.
Yes.
Very worrisome. You see, Say and I here, at least on this panel, we agree that what do you call it, collateral is not the issue. They carried away our Chibok girls and the other girls. Yes. Did we not suffer collateral? Have we seen all of them? Let those who they are using as cannon fodder, let them together. They'll become our martyrs. Let's just know how many villages. If you don't This is bad disease. And what do we say in Nigeria? With bad disease, you apply what?
Bad medicine.
I won't say more than that for now. We're just wasting time.
You want to speak on
This, I don't know. There's no way you can.
Some people say
on this issue of collateral, the truth of it all is that it's not even wise to look at it that way. What's collateral in all this? Zamfara, in a space of 2 months, we're burying 40 people each time they are burying people. And these people come in and just kill them, burn their houses, and go away. So what are we talking about collateral in this? 40, 50, in every week. They keep burying their people, burying their dead. For whatever reasons, tell people to leave. Give them a time frame. Let the military do their job. And in all honesty, military intelligence these days is so scientific that you can pinpoint and go straight to the point. In attack and whatever. We bought to Kano Jessa, we're not using them.
Akida.
Twice the Air Force said they mistakenly attacked villages where those people have rampaged. It's not dealing with anybody. If they want to just tell the bandits to come and take over, let them tell them. And I know if that should happen, they can't keep Nigeria as one. That is the truth. If they don't want to listen to it, let them hear it now. Look, we are talking about somebody that has worked in military intelligence for over 3 decades, went on China's television to tell us, look, they have a plan. He said it openly. It's a risk to my life. They can come and say they want to kill me. We work for Buhari to come, but we are telling you they have a game plan beyond what we are looking at. Do we have a nation? We don't. So if they are thinking, let's secretly hand over to these boys, and so they will now say they are proclaiming an Islamic state, and so we will try and fall in line, forget it. You can't keep people. You can't keep people in bondage forever.
Shall we move to the I'm starting from you.
This is not Afghanistan.
No. This can't be.
Neither is it edge of the Banana Republic.
No.
Well, sir, I'm coming to you. The second topic it seems to be a follow-up to the one we just ended. Governor Tom of Benue State, and he said no government in Nigeria.
Yeah, he just said
yes.
That's the truth. That's the truth. When you say there's a government in Nigeria, we are the sitting president. I don't believe there's a government in Nigeria since today.
State governors and
state governors. I said it the other time. Look, once the head gets rotten, what can the body do? State governors don't have any security apparatus under their control. So where do they stand? We are talking about security or insecurity. We seem to be looking at it and blaming the governors on one side that what they are supposed to do, they're not doing it. There are some governors today who have security area and they spend almost all their security votes on security. It does not budge, it does not make any difference. And so they have resolved that let it go on. If the federal government is not ready to come in, you cannot control the military, you cannot control the police. Then where do you stand? Even the civil defense, you cannot control them. And you're talking about security in states. It's only the federal that can take the except of course you want devolution of powers. If you cannot do that, then you are not talking about security with the state government. Talk about it to the federal government.
The autumn that is the Benue State governor seems not to be talking about insecurity alone. Autumn also spoke about I'm quoting your unimaginable suffering and agony.
Yes.
And somebody will say,
yes,
it's a global thing, not particular to Nigeria.
Oh. Look, global or no global,
it is global.
It is what we experience here that we will talk about. Autumn was being hyperbolical in his statement. He was carrying it higher. Yes, it doesn't mean that there is no constituted authority in the land. But if the authority has abdicated or over-delegated its roles and we are not seeing anything, you are bound to think the way Autumn thinks. The people are suffering, there is no food in the land, they are hungry, they have no work, they have no electricity, etc., etc. And then security comes at top of it and it becomes a challenge. You cannot sleep with your 2 eyes closed. Naturally, you are bound to say there is no government. Because in a country where you have to supply your own water, you have to supply your own road, supply your own electricity, and then there is a central government or a state government, whatever it is you call it, it's a governance. That is why some people will tell you, don't come to our area. You don't provide anything. Don't come and do any taxation in this area of where we live, because you don't supply us anything. it is to that extent that Governor Tom is saying there is no government. Constitutionally, there is a government in Nigeria headed by President Muhammadu Buhari. Yes. But if it has shirked or abdicated or has found it unable to carry out its responsibilities, a citizen will rightly say, oh, there is no government in this. That's the level to which he carries his hyperbole.
Sorry, before we leave that, I remember I watched something on social media recently, a video. We have some soldiers, some rank and file, who are saying that they gave them the orders that they will ambush these militants, all these radicals, and they finish them within a set period. But that they are being held back by the superior officer that are supposed to order them to go ahead. And you know, the military is by command. And so these are the problems we are facing. If the upper echelon of the military is not giving orders the way the orders should be given, then we know there's a complicity somewhere.
Okay, Lanny, I want maybe we'll need a bit of division from. We'll come back to the security thing as far as what is concerned. But see, I'm talking of the economic breakdown, economic social life of Nigerians, economic and the social life of Nigerians, and like I said, a national and a global thing. Yeah. And UK at this morning 40% inflation. You want to?
I would quickly let you understand that it's the Nigerian system that deviates totally from all of this. Now, part of what is causing issues and problems for them, even in America, is with oil and gas, which we have. It's supposed to reflect in our lives for the better. It was going from $40, $50 per barrel. It's over $100 per barrel. So it's supposed to tell us that, look, it's good for your economy because you have oil and gas. But the reverse remains the case with us now. The reverse remains the case with us. And so when you're talking about this inflation and all, it was the economic policies and its somersault that brought us to this sorry pass. You can't take an economy from 150 to $1 to 670 and you say you're not at fault. It wouldn't have been biting our people more as much as this if it is when the global issue now came. But you have brought Nigerians under systematically over the years. And so it's like hate to Nigerians. They are like in the grave. Because if you have not, okay, for instance, let's look at it this way. I think it was Kwara that just signed 30,000 minimum wage. Like going to 8 years after its promulgation as a law in Jonathan days, of course, over 8 years now. Because Jonathan was there when they said they were paying 30,000 minimum wage. So a state is just accepting that when exchange has gone from 150 to 670 to $1, rise from 250 naira to over 1,200 naira per measure. Look, it's just strange when politicians walk the streets and say they are campaigning for votes from their people. I begin to wonder, what do you want to tell us? What have you done for us lately? What have you done to improve the lives of your citizens so that they will say they want you again? I don't get it. I don't.
Back to you. We visuals of some of these roads, I want us to look at it. And we just seen Minister for Works announcing Fashola. At a program recently, Fashola spoke of infrastructure. He spoke of rail, Second Niger Bridge, Jeba, Kano Katsina Highway, and perhaps he's saying it's not all about the fact that the government has not tried.
Yes.
And the reaction of Autumn seems to doesn't seem political.
Well, you are a host of a program like this, so I expect, and this is a government agency, so I have to.
But what is really?
No, wait.
When you talk of the infrastructure aspect,
we are not saying it has not tried. Government has not tried. You see, you are a father in the home. Let me bring you back to your own home. You're a father. You have 4 or 5 children, and all you can give them is a bowl of rice that can. It's not as if they have not eaten, but they are not okay. They have not been fed. That's what it means. You get them a mudu of gari, they are 4 or 5. They ate, they just manage nothing. This is the comparison Autumn is drawing or attempting to draw. We are not saying they have not done the road. what would you do a road like Lagos Ibadan Express and it takes you eternity? It takes you eternity. This road has been under construction since Jonathan's time. I agree that the tempo has been increased, but for this administration has been here for 7 years plus. So what Autumn is saying is the analogy I've given. The children, the Nigerians are eating, but they are not being fed. That's why they say, he's saying, there's no governance. If you are supposed to give me road, give me water, give me whatever to make me a useful citizen, and it is not coming, I have to fend for myself. And in the process of fending for myself, I lose it all. So, how much is my income? If I take 30,000 in a month, and you want me to do all these things, where will the money be? So it is to this extent that we must see Autumn's position. Nobody is saying that government has not tried. But when you try and try and try, and your trials have not been able to measure up to make the people human beings, then you have not tried enough. That's how I see it.
So you want to...
Yeah, you see, efforts are good.
Thank
the
you.
results are better.
Yeah.
You see, the government is making efforts. No doubt about that. But the road that has been in the system has been over the years. And when you have polluted the drainage, so much so that if the rainfall comes and it comes in torrents, you cannot wash away the filth in the drainage. You are about to have flood. And that's exactly what is happening right now. The government is trying. We are not saying that the government is not trying, but your trials are not good enough. They're not good enough. When Buhari was coming, he gave us certain promises. That fuel was going to come down to certain amount of price, so low from what we were buying at that time. What has happened after that? He came there and the thing kept rising. That we are going to have good road networks. In all these places that we're talking about, we talk about Lagos Ibadan Expressway. That's been rehabilitated now. Up to now, the thing has not been finished. We're talking about Onitsha Bridge. These things that we're mentioning, this rail line from one place to the other, they're just like a drop in the ocean to what the suffering of the masses is. And then when you couple that with insecurity, you have lost everything. Everything. The rail you're talking about, you can no longer travel on that rail.
So what is the use?
The road you're talking about, you're not traveling on that road because of insecurity. So what are we not talking about? Insecurity has destroyed everything. The little that it's able to provide has been taken away by insecurity. And that one goes again into the mud, the cesspool of all the various problems that we have. Hunger.
I want to take it along with what Sir just said. Aside the insecurity, we also see Nigerians who prefer to go to this way and remove. It's all about the government. Remove the rail track. It's all about the government.
You see, there are so many things, so many issues
that have been destroyed.
Those destructions they are talking about. And they do arrest some of them who do it. But the truth is, you are supposed to protect those things too, as a government, serious government. Like, you are not securing the people.
Yeah.
So, you see, there is crime of opportunity. You left your house gates open, and somebody sees some valuable things that he might find useful, and it's an unguarded house, no security, nothing. The gates are open. That's why when you talk about crime of opportunity, he saw something and he might need it, and he picks. You can get him and he will say, I didn't see anybody there, and I thought they didn't want to. Whatever it's worth, they are criminals. When you catch, you hold them, you deal with them. But what is more confounding in Nigeria is the fact that, you see, I listened and people said, wait a minute, Fashola, you have not even completed the Lagos Ibadan, you are already talking about putting toll gates there. When you travel hundreds of kilometers in other parts of Nigeria, where you have done roads that has, far longer than Lagos Ibadan, and you have completed them, and they are not tolling them. So, in a way, you see, it's like we're in two countries. As we speak, people are saying, please secure the nation, secure the nation. They are still pushing for the bill for the waterways and threatening to remove Badabi. If it does not fly it through. And that bill, part of it says that even if you want to drill borehole in your home now, you must pay to government. Do we need that type of? I don't need that type of a nation. I don't need that type of a nation. So when people are agitating and saying, look, we want Yoruba nation, we want Biafra, it's because of the body language of the government of the day. And in a way, it's like they want to make sure they gather everything even before Buhari leaves. Because I don't see the rationale behind the so-called NMPC Limited. And you now create directors, and those directors maybe will have to be there for the next 5 years by reason of the fact that it's a limited company of government. So in a way, you just want to box everything to your corner. And people will be watching like that as it is. It's not working. It's not working, that's the truth.
Let me quote Governor Tom, and I want you to look at it. Really, political talks having come from the opposition party, it's not about it. I'm quoting now. Nigerians are praying that if it were possible, this government should take us back to 2015 era, and Nigerians will be happier.
Again, I say hyperbole comes in. But what brings about the hyperbole? It is the fact that our expectations have been disappointed. You see, the vastness of this country and the high population that we have make things, you find it difficult to satisfy everybody. And it is whose fault? Nobody's fault. It is government's fault. Because
for having high population?
No, well, part of it, you could control it. You could control it.
In African cities?
Oh, I said you could. I didn't say you must control it. You could. Look, it is all about what? Information. The reality on the average Nigerian who is academic, who is a little bit up there, middle class. When you are preaching, today they don't go beyond 2-3 children. You have to let the people understand. No, not all.
Somebody has 3 and he said he's still counting.
Oh yeah. You see, you use.
Somebody has 30.
No.
In the Nigerian setting.
No, I will mention his name.
Yoruba setting.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's the point.
Yoruba session.
It's all over.
But I know that even a house member, a leader of a majority leader,
House of Rep,
is proud enough to tell the world, to tell Nigerians he has this and he's still counting. That, as far as I'm concerned, is irresponsibility.
Pure irresponsibility.
You see, if you don't, what is what do you call them, Onua doing? That's the job of Onua. The ordinary man will not know these things. He thinks it is as usual. But if you empower Noah to be doing these things, teach the people, let them understand that this country is in dire strait. We can't afford to be taking care of 4 children per family anymore. Anybody I counsel, I tell them, if you have 2, fine. You must never go beyond 3 when I'm counseling young men. Don't go in. I have 4. My time of 4 has gone past. Today, if your daughter or her husband have 2, accept it. Only pray that God will keep those 2 for you. Are you going to rear them as goats to eat at Christmas or at Ileya festival? No. So our population continues to balloon, and we are saying we are government. These are some of the. You have to check it.
Now, sir, let me go back to you. So listen to a councillor trying to deviate a bit, but then we must learn some things from what he just said. Back to Otom. I'm quoting him again. Those claiming the president was performing are criminals and deceivers. You see, that's not too big.
You see, it depends on where you stand.
Because like I said, he's a sitting governor too, and as he succeeded the entire Benue state.
He was in the APC.
Yes, but you have to mind something.
This is what somebody just said.
Yes, he was in APC.
Okay,
yes.
now in our position.
Yes.
Okay,
he's a human being.
Okay,
didn't he come from opposition to APC?
He's a human being, and
okay.
whatever is happening within the state, there are certain things he has control over, and there are some others he hasn't control over. So we are talking about security. As he maintained it.
He's not talking about security now. He's even talking generally, and I'm saying, has he succeeded in taking
care
of the child?
That's exactly what I'm talking about now. You see, when he was talking about 2015, pre-2015. It is when the living does not perform that you remember the dead.
Yeah.
If the living are to be performing, you forget about what the dead has done. The legacy is being carried on. And that's exactly what Otom was saying. When Jonathan was there, all of us were busy crying. Oh, Jonathan is not doing well. Oh, they're stealing their money. This is happening, this is happening. But relatively, the standard of living at that time, you can't compare it with now. We know all over the world, globally, things are really degenerating. Living standards are becoming very, very difficult.
Well, who wants to care?
Yeah, but the problem is this.
Who does outside
The problem
where
is
we
this.
used to think,
No,
well, doing
but
fine.
the problem is this. What
The
Nigeria
US,
was,
the UK, the China.
what Nigeria was
Mm.
at that time,
Mm.
when we thought they were doing well, in the US, China, and all the other places, it's not what Nigeria is today. And so even with their own system, with their own problems right now,
They're still
you see
better
how far, far better than
Still
Nigeria.
better off.
Because they're getting worse and worse every day. And that's exactly what Atom was trying to talk about. You can compare Atom, you can say that he's a governor, he's not doing anything in the state, he has to, but you have to consider again, the little that he can do in the state, if he doesn't do it, the people will not love him, they won't vote him again. Because he led the ruling party to an opposition party and he still won election. So, you people are suffering, as against what the federal government is saying, and people are saying, we are suffering. If Atom decided to still stay in APC, do you think we would have won the last election? He wouldn't have. Because people have said, okay, we are suffering and you are still going with that particular party that's putting us in suffering. And there's so much anger in the land.
Larry, I want to last take. Back to the security and Autumn's comment. He spoke of the might, quote now, might of the federal government to tackle the security, and says, America will not allow their own to remain in the hands of kidnappers.
Yes.
The might.
The
question is, where is the might? That might that might in Liberia, Namibia,
it's taunted.
Mozambique.
You see, okay, you can ask Google, what is the value of an American life to the American government? The least value they give is $1 million. So if America values one citizen, minimum between $1 to $10 million, means if you are holding my citizen anywhere, as a government, I reserve the right to go and pick that person out of that place with as much as $10 million. What is the value of a Nigerian life to the Nigerian government? Zero. They don't care. So if you don't care about the people, what do you expect from them? That's what Otom was saying. That those who are saying that the government of the day is doing well are evil people. They are not being sincere. You can't bring people's lives this low and you want people to be telling you have done well for us. You have not done well for them. The government, the primary duty of any government is the protection of lives and the property of its citizens. Primary. Any other thing is secondary. So if you have failed at that, you have failed at your primary assignment, and so you cannot be reckoned as having done well. It's unfortunate we are in this kind of situation. The Otom has been through hell, even as a governor. Several attacks on his life that he escaped, and nobody has thought it or deemed it fit to go ahead and deal with. You see, in all honesty, we are waiting for a time that someone will be honest enough to tell Nigerians the truth of what we are passing through. There's a truth that is not open to us, and that truth is known to some people. But why they are covering it up is the one that is dangerously, keeping people amazed that you are doing that and you are not telling it. But the truth of the matter is that some things are going on, there are scripts, and it's a drama, and at the end of the day, there will be a climax to all of this.
Okay,
There will be a climax.
And with the climax will come repercussions.
Yes, the climax will come.
I'm coming to you. The third topic, 2023 will determine Nigeria's survival from, not let's say, a group, Northern Elders Forum, and the spokesperson, the Director of Publicity Advocacy, Dr. Akim Baba.
Yeah.
2023 determine the survival of Nigeria?
Well, you see, everything points to that, but we have gone through a checkered history that Armageddon refuses to come our way. So I don't agree with him in total. But then if you look into the crystal ball, everything points to that. Sometimes he could be an alarmist. But you see, when you I said, you look into the crystal ball, everything is not working well. It's not working fine. And many hold the view that there might be no election. And if there is no election, you are almost getting to a point of no return. The average Nigerian wants a disintegration. Let's go back to our tent, so Israel. The Southerners want to go, the Easterners want to go, everybody wants to go. It takes some measure of momentum, political momentum, and strategy to be able to bring all these people back. If we don't watch very carefully and tackle the causes rather than the symptoms that we are tackling, it might degenerate into a level that elections you might find it difficult to hold elections. Those who are in the creeks and wherever, the terrorists, the bandits, the kidnappers, by the time they unleash the venom of their terror on this country, more than we have seen, you will find out that everywhere there will be no peace. No peace to hold election.
Yes, I wanted to think from that place because Baba Ahmed was very vehement. He spoke of the prospect for the safe conduct of electoral activities and a free and fair election.
Free and fair election, conduct of safe and fair elections. I'm telling you that.
That's why I say 2023.
Yeah, the way things are going. We are not talking. Let's take it generally. For now, if you're talking about some bandits, you should be talking about some terrorists. You should be talking about some kidnappers. Because there's some robbers. See, there's many of them. There are robbers in government. Let's start from there. There are robbers in government, pen robbers, whatever. And the terrorists are there, out there, being brought from other countries. And there are bandits here in Nigeria who are our own people too, who kidnap people to terrorize certain communities and get money from them. All of these things point to one factor: survival. Survival. And when you have no means of survival that is legitimate in a country like Nigeria, you find all sort of things, all commerce things. Everybody will go and do whatever it feels like doing to survive the system. The last time we were talking about insecurity in Nigeria, we were talking about the fact that you talking about people who go to steal rail lines and things like that. If these people have good means of livelihood, do you think anybody won't go to and risk his life taking risks? You think an armed robber will go to the streets and want to go and rob if he has good means of livelihood? These are the kind of things that we're talking about. Except government sits upright and do good governance. If government does not give a good governance, there's no way.
Greed.
There's some greed. Greed will not be the overall thing. If it's greed, it won't be as big as this. It's not only greed. Greed might be there, yeah. You are all over the world, you have greed.
Greed is a human behavior.
You have greed all over. But the moment you have something that will propel that greed into a high propensity, there's a problem.
Greed. You mentioned it. He's a leader, or he was a leader before he committed reporting. Accountant General of the Federation is a very, very big post. And if a leader does what he did, money that can keep states rolling, and you tell us, so how much more others who are, he's supposed to be under a minister?
Law enforcement. If there was law enforcement, it would have gone that far to take that much money.
Now I'm coming to you, and I'm this quote from Baba Ahmed, and maybe time is against, so we all react to that quote. I'm quoting Baba Ahmed and Dr. Baba Ahmed. We must find the resolve and the strength to step back and pull the nation away from the current precarious position. What is at stake is more than an election. It is the survival of our country.
And that is somebody speaking for the Northern Elders Forum. Severally, we have said it here. There is a script. Something is happening. He's telling us, move the nation back and look at the situation ahead. Is it worth it going for an election? Hello. Somebody somewhere was saying, it's my turn. And from the Northern Elders Forum, they are telling you, it might not really be your turn. If we make people to see that, I mean, we don't really need an election. I read Carries of Blood. I've read articles of one of our own people here in the Tribune, and particularly he spoke about this person, Akim Baba.
Okay.
He has a second nation.
Yeah,
He belongs to another country, not necessarily Nigeria. And so for that person to be speaking on the way for Nigeria to go, then we need to actually reason and know that we've been hard. It's like a nation under siege. Some people are in control and they have a second home. And some of us don't have any other country to call our own than Nigeria. That's the sad part there.
So I want to last thing. Baba made another, not unlike ECF, Northern Elders Forum seems to be one of the, I say that criticizes this government.
Yeah.
And there are occasions presidents have reacted that statement coming from Northern Elders Forum seems one kind. And I want to repeat this quote, and so that I want to analyze this before we run up. Is that we must find the resolve and the strength to step back, and put the nation away from its current precarious position.
Yes.
What's at stake is more than an election.
Yeah.
It is survival of our country.
Resolve. It is. You have to do it together. Every Nigerian must come to terms with the reality that the times are bad, the times are horrible, and it is not election that must be in the forefront. We need a better country than we have now. Yes, I agree that the leaders, those who are striving to come on board, may be able to do better. It is conditional. We are not too sure about it. But our resolve is that we must make this country collectively better than we are currently. And to do that, the comparison is a comparative analysis between election and saving this country, which is better. It is saving this country, which is better.
Last thing.
Yeah, stepping back. That word, stepping back. When I talk about stepping back, it means a lot of things to different people. Some people might say, okay,
well, Larry, just analyze.
Yes. Let's step back and reconstruct this nation. Let's step back and go back to our pre-colonial days. Let's step back and go to our post-colonial days. These are the kind of things that we're talking about now. But talking about stepping back is a phrase that is loaded.
Larry, you want to
Like the man is telling us, we have talked about the constitution of Nigeria. Are we okay with it? We have talked about resource control. These are some of the issues that are burning that we need to devolution. So saying that is like maybe we should just look away from elections and know whether we want to be together or not. First, this issue we have not been discussing. Maybe we should start talking about it.
We hope to back in the next room tomorrow. Smollett.
Yes, for once he has spoken fine, Baba Ahmed. I mean, for once. I see him this time around. He has made a useful statement for us. He says, to ponder, resolve. We must collectively do it. It's not one part or the other. It is all Nigerians must come to terms with the reality that this is not a time for election. This is a time for us to pull our nation from the precipice it finds itself.
Until tomorrow, we hope to back in the newsroom. Larry.
Nice coming on the program again today.
Thank you for bringing me on, and thank God for bringing me here.
Smollett.
Thank you so much.
And I pray you're going to be around for us, for the family, and for this nation. Until tomorrow, when we hope to back in the newsroom. My name is Oladayola. Bye-bye.